Hi there. Let's take a look at XLM Stellar. We'll cover the weekly Wyckoff structure, check out the short-term trend, so you know where there's an opportunity for a dash. From a Wyckoff perspective, XLM is currently in the testing stage of the accumulation cycle. The next stage we're waiting to show up is something we call a sign of strength. Okay, typically what you observe will be price advance with volume. What kind of volume? A volume higher than average, similar to what happened in May. All right. The price range to challenge is somewhere above the 0.26, this light blue key level over here. Right. That's where the automatic rarely challenged. In terms of weekly volume, it has declined to a very, very low level. Okay. You see across the board, compared to all the way back to 2024, that's a very low level, right? And further up, that's already the accumulation cycle back in 2002 to 2004. So even the volume is telling us the activity is at the accumulation range similar to what happened a few years back. And we're just in the beginning. However, sometimes it does not take very long to get back to the next distribution cycle. Obviously, if we take reference from the 2002 cycle, it took almost 2 full years. Okay, whether or not we will go back to the same time period, time duration of 2 years, if it does, for the case of Stellar, that means it is going to get to the end of next year, okay, before we see the next distribution cycle. Not saying that's a must, but there's a possibility. Remember, this is education content only, not financial advice. The most important weekly support level is currently 0.157, the blue key level. All right. Of course, further down will be the 0.138, where the previous 2 rounds, the price dropped to that level and found support bouncing very significantly. Okay. And the major resistance is 0.172, the purple key level. Okay, so it's pretty clear that this downtrend is still extending, but taking a pause right now, given the volume has lowered as well. So the bears aren't hammering very hard. Now, the short-term trend. We talked about this falling channel that XLM is in. The price has traded a little bit to the outside of the trend. And last week, we talked about when we get closer to the 14th, that's something expected, and it is trying to get outside of this trend. However, this is not the end of it, because if you remember, I always say these kind of short-term trends, especially if it is down, like this one, roughly about 2 weeks old, there is a chance that we need to adjust this falling channel, or if it is a rising channel, we still have to adjust. Reason being, given it has gone outside, let's try to adjust and see what happens. Okay, after you adjust, it is falling in a less steep rate. Okay, the rate of descent previously was like this. Currently, it's slightly more gradual. But still, you can see the rejections are pretty much still intact within the ceiling. And these still find support along the bottom of the channel. That's the adjustment we have to make along with time. Okay, because these young channels or short-term time frame, that's the noise we have to deal with. So you can see how tricky it is if you are trying to use the channels in the daily time frame. And that points to the 16th. Not too bad, just 2 days later, meaning this weekend, it will come to another 2 C's decision point. The first C means continuation of a downtrend. In this case, meaning breaking the key level of 0.157. Or a change of trend, meaning it is going to break the ceiling one more time. And this time, let's see how far, if it really breaks, whether we can still adjust the channel box and still get these bunch of candlesticks inside the channel. All right, put into the comment and let me know whether you think it is going to be a continuation of the trend, or is it going to change the trend, finding support along this blue key level of 15 cents 70. You can see this video 2 days earlier being a channel member, so join the other members now. See you in the next one. Thank you.